Hey everyone, I still have some positive emotions left in me, so we're gonna go back into Dominaria again and try to get rid of them. It's been a little rough on me this week in terms of my personal expectations, not even necessarily on my results. I think there are people who would be happy with their Dominaria results or be okay with them if they'd had mine so far this week, but I have higher expectations of myself in this format. So little bit grumbly and crusty right now about how Dominaria has been treating me, but I love her too much to leave. So we're going to come back in here and see what we can do. And I love Card Kingdom too much to go anywhere but them first when I'm looking for stuff for my physical Magic game. If I need something for my tabletop Magic the Gathering, I always start at Card Kingdom. I don't even necessarily always finish there. I don't mind saying that. They're my sponsor. I don't buy 100% of my Magic stuff at Card Kingdom, but I do check them first literally every time. It's where I start. And it's because I have never had a bad experience buying something from them, and I'm impressed with their inventory and their fast shipping, and I have a lot of credit there too because I sell a ton of stuff back to them, sometimes for cash, sometimes for store credit, but their buy lists are second to none in the industry. So if you're ever looking to unload cards, you should check out Card Kingdom, or you can reach out to me and I'll work with. Oh, I think, yeah, that reminds me. I think there's somebody I need to talk to about that. But I buy some cards too for my side business, and basically, Card Kingdom's buy list is my personal benchmark. I feel like if I'm not meeting Card Kingdom's buy list prices, then I'm not competing. So that's how I approach it. Thank you, Card Kingdom. Remember, you can check them out via my affiliate link, and that helps me out a lot if you go do your business with them after you've hit that link for me. Let's jump in, though, and continue bashing my head against this beast. What do we got here? I guess Rite of Bells and Lock maybe is okay to start with, but as I've said, my biggest problem with this is that Blink of an Eye is so prevalent in the format. If your opponent is blue, this becomes terrible because they just get time to set up their blink. Even if they're not blue, though, they get time to set up. They get multiple turns to think ahead to this 6/6 that's going to be there, and I find it underwhelming because of that, but it's still okay. We could take a Goblin Barrage here. Maybe this heads us towards something new. This is, Danitha is in my least favorite color. Goblin Barrage is in my second least favorite color. But we could start with Barrage and maybe get into something new today. Maybe I need to force something a little fresh. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I get a Rona, making me immediately regret it. Could still Rona. Could also just keep looking at it and take Chronicler. We take Falls for gold gems too, but we don't need to worry about gem picks on this account. We're doing fine. You know what? All right, I need a shakeup here. I need a shakeup, so I'm really gonna lean into the red here and see if shaking it up with some red is will change my perspective on this week somehow. I don't know. This is a great card, though. And Fire Fist. This is a wizard as well. Maybe we will this wizard. Here's a Run Amok we could get on the wheel if we want to be aggro red. So I'm going to take the Fire Fist. If you took the Saga out of the first pack, I don't blame you. I was close. Like, I think, honestly, I think if this had been our first Dominaria draft since it came back, I probably would have taken the rights as well. But I don't mind. Barrage is an excellent card, and an attempt to shift our mentality here with something away from Sultai. Maybe it'll make me feel better. All right, and we have a Trickster here, which is a wizard. It would be our first blue card, and it's double blue. We could just take another Chronicler, but I do think we want to get into blue with where we're headed here. It's so I'm taking the Trickster. I'm gonna try to get into blue-red wizards. It's tough to get into, but if you can, it's really excellent. And if we can stake our claim on it now, that'll be good. I mean, we're passing, you know, dreamy stuff for the blue-black or the green-black sack. Yeah, we could take Omnivore, whatever. I'm going to take Fury or Fervent Strike here over a Befuddle and keep trying to be aggro. Fury, if we get Adelaise, is much better. Fervent Strike, if we don't get Adelaise, is better. I'm going to take Warlord's Fury because even maybe this is a little better if we don't have instant sorcery cast tricks, but I'll take Fury. At least it replaces itself. Oh man, more great like this is sad. Sad sap. Here though, we'll go Goblin. Try some keeping on this aggro front. All right, I'm taking the offering. I mean, all right. Fervent Strike over everything here. I'm trying to mix it up. But it looks like... Now, this is interesting. Black is clearly more open than blue right now, but blue is where the wizard action is at. Do you like Deathbloom Thallid embrace the open black or continue down the wizard path? This is a tough one. I think I'm going to try to go wizards. I know this is better in the abstract. Like the black is clearly open, but I'm going to try sticking to wizards. Fire Fist Adept is a good reason to stick to wizards. If we are the only ones here, we can hope that there's an Adelaise in the draft that ends up in front of us. Well, I'm going to take... Well, we even have a wizard here, though. Fine, Rona, bye. Nah. I'm sticking to it. I'm kind of forcing this now. We had talked about making this a stipulation draft anyway, and there's a part of me that's just like, I really want to try and do something different. Being my usual Sultai has led to my extreme frustration. So I'm gonna ignore the signals that I would not be ignoring in most drafts to try something new here. So I know most of you would not be where I'm at, and I know mostly I wouldn't be where I'm at in this draft right now. But we'll see. Here's a run amok that I think we want over Tetsuko even. If Tetsuko were a wizard, I'd be all over it, but Tetsuko is a human rogue. And I want run amok. Another Warlord's Fury here. Befuddle, begrudgingly playable. Sending a soul salvage to somebody last pick is making me weep. But again, trying to put the blinders on and try something aggro, see how it goes. Although, you know, you force aggro and you're not going to end up with like the best aggro build. So this isn't going to tell us necessarily a whole ton anyway. I would note that none of our like chroniclers came back. I was hoping to wheel chroniclers and they didn't. You might think, oh, Manipulator is more of a control card. You still want it. You're not going to pass a Manipulator basically in any deck. Another Barrage is totally playable. We could also take a Blink, but I think Barrage number 2 as pure straight removal is fine. Another Chronicler that I guess we're not going to wheel. We haven't wheeled the other ones. I don't know. But I still think I want Barrage over Chronicler number 2. Barrage number 2. Shiv and Fire here is pretty fine. What the doctor is ordering. The blue is really, really soft here. We're not really getting past much. So this, forcing it's really troubling on the blue front more than anything. But we can be heavy red, light blue. Although hard to be light blue with a blue 2/2. But yeah, we want Adeliz. If we got Chain Whirler, I'd still probably play the Journey Mage. Yeah, you don't often kick the Goblin Barrage, but Icy, and sometimes you end up with random goblins too. You can chuck a Bloodstone Goblin after combat. Here's a Chronicler that looks like it should get in our pile. Yep. Lava Runners are starting to look decent here with the double Warlord's Fury and the Fervent Strike and Shiv and Fire. A lot of stuff to get in the yard early to make them 2/2s. Oh well, I'm out of coffee. I'm going to go to my mini fridge that's jam-packed with my favorite sodas. What do we got here? Arcanist is a wizard and a 2-drop. Not super exciting in the deck. It's more of a control wizard, but we'll still run it. Got to get the density of 2s. Lance is somewhat playable in this deck too, although I don't love it. Same with this card. There's nothing else to take, so we're going to grab it, but I really don't like the Overseer. If it were a wizard, I would, but it's not. Doesn't really fit with this deck. We'll throw it in for now, though. One of the big problems with the Overseer is that this is a Sapperling format. If you're in a format where there's tons of 1/1 tokens running around, X1s are pretty bad. But it's hasty. I guess I'll take a Tetsuko. We could take a Servant, but I like something that still slots in at 2 over Fire Elemental, or like a Golem. Although this is maybe okay. That's true. If we got some X1s, it will make Overseer is unblockable with Tetsuko, so we can try that. Better play quick, Rob. No promises, that's for sure. What is this Skitters doing here? We don't even need it, unfortunately, but I'm going to take it anyway. It's still worth a card, and we can sack it to Barrages. Raider's okay, but I can't pass the Skitters. We might even find a reason to splash. Another card I don't really want. I'll take an Opt. Still need some stuff for this to feel like a good deck. But when you're aggro, you can just randomly win, especially best of 1. Where people can't bring in a board to put a stop to this. Chronicler comes back this time, and I think I like Chronicler as a kicker wizard over Skizik. Even though Skizik is nice and aggro, the value train and the wizard status of Chronicler make it okay, although we don't even really have any wizard synergies going on except for the Journey Mage, but I still hope to get there, and if we do, we're going to be happy to have those wizards. We're going to open or get past Natalays. That's the plan. Yeah, Fire Fist. Sorry, we do have one interaction right now. True. Tachova to tease me on the green-black deck that might have been, but we're on Shivan Fire, Wheel Runamuck, or over any of the blue stuff we're seeing. Still none of the great payoffs showing up, which is too bad, but we're going to blink here. We're going to fight with fire here over Joyra or Drake. Joyra doesn't do much for us in this one. Is it historic? Like, I mean, yeah, she draws off Manipulator and Surveyor, but basically, and Tetsuko, but nothing else. So we're going to fight with fire, and then we have Trips Chronicler to bring back fight. So we have some long game action too. Yeah, Joyra is a fine pickup for collection building and gems if you already have the 4X. I don't think we have 4X Joyra, and I don't feel the need to collection build in this format. Cloud Reader, again, no wizard synergies here, but a fine top end for an aggressive red-blue deck. Come on, we're closing in on like the end of our chance to get an Adelays. Valduke is somewhat of a lightning rod, but we literally don't have anything that actually does his trick, so we should just take another blink or a Journey Mage. Maybe we're at the point where we just need more creatures. We're definitely taking Journey Mage over Valduke. My question is Journey Mage or Blink. And I think we're low enough on creatures here, we actually just need to take the Journey Mage. Blink is a much better card in the abstract, but we do need to drop creatures and attack with them if this is going to work at all. And Fire Fist Adept number 2 gives us a nice payoff for our wizards without Adelays. Squee. This is better for us. Arcane Flight. I don't think that's ever going to make the cut, honestly. Such that I'm going to take Cyclops. Arcane Flight's not going to make the cut because we already have a ton of non-creature spells. And if we're just attacking through everything, you can run a Cyclops sometimes. I don't know, folks. I don't know. I forsake my precious Sultai for one draft to try and break the funk and find something else to do, and it's like the format's just laughing at me over it. We'll take it over a goblin. Maybe I'd play another Bloodstone Goblin, but we have Skitters. We could consider that. Still, we're just going to go run amok and be aggro here. Whoa. Okay, my fridge is too cold. Fervent Strike. Maybe I'd rather just have another Befuddle. Warcaller for another 2, another Fervent Strike. I put my mini fridge on the coldest possible setting because I like the fact that in a mini fridge that's only for beverages, I can make them super cold. Well, one of them just burst from being frozen, so a little too cold. A little too cold. 1 second. Okay, this is funny. No more humble brags. Look at this. Maybe you want a beverage? I also have some apple flavored ice if you're interested. No, I left it in my fridge. It's just the fridge apparently was at freezing temperatures. And it means this whole thing might be ready to explode. Might be dangerous next to my fridge right now. All right. 20 months. Thank you, Nantuko. I sure hoped so. Well, we got a lot of cuts to make. Let's make some cuts. We don't have... So all of these cycling instants and stuff would be fine if we had Adeliz, but we don't. So I'm going to be pretty ruthless on that stuff. Like... Probably not Overseer... Yeah, sorry, here. Flip in the Holly. Definitely a 16 lander here. I don't know if Tetsuko's worth it. Oh yeah, Sentinel should go. Didn't even notice it. Maybe Tetsuko's okay. Like... Maybe cut the War Caller. How are we doing on creatures? 15? Truly just a bear here. And it's not a wizard. I think this is okay. Change up. Yeah, I guess Surveyors could be cut for something a little more aggro like that. That's fine. Yeah, I'll take creatures. That's fine. All right. I don't love it, but maybe it'll work. I can't get it done with anything else, so clearly 7-0 incoming, right? Oh, sure, we can do that. All right, you tell me. Is this going to turn it around? I don't think so, Stormfire. I feel like they should add it, but I don't think we've seen it. I'm going to keep this, going to cycle the Fury. Then we have Arcanist into Journey Mage. We went 3 and 3 with the first deck. Thanks for asking, D. He's hanging in. He's a confused, sad pup. You missed him appearing on the stream earlier. Still just gonna Journey Mage. We could fire one of these, but no need to do that. Let's get this going. Next turn, we do have Barrage plus Fire because of the Arcanist. We could Shivan Fire the Construct and Barrage, whatever. I think we just kill the 2 non-constructs and go. So I'm going to fire Unkicked the Lava Runner. He got a couple mana up. I suppose they could play a pump spell, but I'll trade a Shivan Fire for that. All right, well, instead we kind of just clear the board. And then I guess maybe because we're just clearing the board, maybe we don't bother with the Barrage, but... well, no, I didn't want to swing first. The whole point was to clear a path for our Journey Mage. I don't want to swing. I want to get rid of the two power creatures that were preventing us from swinging. So that's why I didn't swing first, but now I'm trying to decide whether I bother using the Barrage since we can't attack. And technically we have blockers. So I'm going to change the plan since I was going to double removal if it led to us being aggressive, but we don't really have aggro here, and they are playing green. They could drop a Baloth or something really in need of a 4 damage spell more so than a Bloodstone. And I think I will put Arcanist in front of Sparring Construct, though. It's possible they do a kicked spell or whatever. But again, I'm willing to trade Arcanist for anything in their hand, or to get the Construct to move its counter over here, and then we can consider the Barrage again. And then because if this happens, if we block this and it just works, then the Barrage is almost like is a 2-for-1 if we take out the Goblin. But bottom line, I'm happy to trade on this board the Arcanist for just about anything, any resource they've got. So we'll call their bluff or call the attack. I don't know what's making stuff defaults, but it doesn't necessarily seem like last thing you did, because I've acquired tons and tons of Jumpstart lands since acquiring these, and none of them have become default. So maybe it's that Jumpstart lands you get piecemeal, but if you get something that's the full cycle that gives everything, then they make it. I don't know. Because I could see, like, you would not want them to default jump starts when you're only getting 1. You don't have a spectrum, the full 5. We're gonna adept the Construct at least, and then we have Barrage. pause on a single red mana means that they have Shiv and Fire again, so... But Shiv and Fire does not take out the Adept. Yeah, it could be Fervent Strike. Good call, Norbert. Flooding out with our 16 lander here, and in a spot now where we have to decide whether we're willing to barrage a Llanowar Envoy to create a race situation. If we don't, what are we doing? I mean, here's the problem. Oppo is stuck on 3 and is still ahead of us. And I expect that what happens is Oppo finds a 4th plus land and then unlocks the rest of the cards in their hand. But if Oppo happens to stay stalled on mana, we're going to be happy to get aggressive and work the race and hope to draw something that we can cast while Oppo still struggles. So, yeah, but the trouble is if we barrage the Goblin, then we're just trading and not racing. Do we want to do that? Do we want to just clear the board entirely and not race? I'm going to go for the race. They could really be in a spot where they have nothing to do here. They found a 4th land. That's bad news for us. Probably unlocks some stuff. And we have an aggro deck, so our top decks are just worse. What was I saying? I was trying to save this for something like this, but as it is, it doesn't even really matter. Can't catch a break, but we do have Chroniclers, so I'm going to keep playing land. And here's the thing. Now I feel compelled to block the Goblin with our Adept, and they can kick something and win combat. So... But what do? We're going to take 7 and then do it again next turn? I mean, we can't beat anything, so we got to block. Shocking. They have something? Like, I'm not surprised. It's just we didn't have a choice. Hey! And then now I'm feeling lucky. He says, almost dead, but...
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
All right, everyone, chill.
Why wouldn't our opponents have it all today? Why wouldn't they? Love Oppo's name, though. Oh, good. You gotta love it when your deck gives you what you asked for right when it's too late. Shiv and Fire does nothing, so we are dead. But here, we'll show him what we got. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Oppo. Warlord's Fury for no effect. We're pushing through the pain and finding the humor in the absurd at this point. I don't like this deck, though, so I'm also not going to complain about any losses here. I kind of forced the deck that wasn't open to try and do something different, so, I was really tilted about the last event because I really loved that deck. I thought it was the best deck we drafted this week, so it was particularly frustrating for me. But this one is a bit of a mess, a bit of a low-powered wizard deck. So we'll take what we get from this, and I'm not going to sweat it too much. Keep this though. Both our colors, a couple of early Shivan Fires for defense into eventual manipulation. Yeah, I could go island in case we want a trickster, because trickster as an instant, just blocking this would be good, except it's got menace, so that doesn't even work. Let's just pick it off. Rat colony is another place we could put some damage. And yeah, I'm going to do it. We don't have anything else to do. It removes menace. Yeah, it would. You're right. It's still not what I wanted to do. Good call that I was wrong about the menace, but I still would have picked it off. All right. Really would love to see an island. No island. In fact, not even a mountain. If I lose to the Drudge Sentinel Rat Colony Unkicked Stronghold Confessor deck, I might be done with this format for its return. Except for tomorrow. I promised Dominaria tomorrow, but I tell you. Yeah. 3-color aggro bad cards, and it's beating us. Yep, it's beating us. No value Journey Mage here, sure. Run amucks do nothing unless you're aggressive. All right, well, let's do some bouncing now. Try and catch up in the race a bit. Maybe these run amucks will actually come in useful here. Although maybe we go 1 run amuck and then trickster next turn. If we find land, we have manipulator tap. In this case, I think I like send in both, run amuck for some extra damage, and then trickster to tap down. We won't even try to do a big gotcha. We're just going to tap down a future blocker. Actually, at 9 to 12, I will let the first Sentinel attack if it wants to, and then trickster down the second one. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with a manipulator tap puts them to 1 and is awfully close to lethal. But with trample, we just go, and I think we are just lethal. So we run amok whatever they block and should win. Okay, I don't have to quit magic. Oppo, if you come check out this stream, if you happen to recognize my name and see this, you really don't want to do aggro 3-color in the format. And so, yeah, try if you're going to do that, you really got to go 2-color or you're going to have a lot of troubles, and even in the 2 colors, there was some rough cards. Yeah, new player, maybe new to the format. If you're new to Dominaria, some of those cards might strike you as more playable than they really are. Like Rat Colony could be a thing in some format, but again, with endless 1/1 sap tokens running around, Rat Colony is not a thing. We'll keep this and drop 1 Chronicler on 2 just to set up the Journey Mage and the aggro. Hold the other one for Value Town. Spin a Fury, though. I could see that. Rat Tetsuko. Bolt the Bird, though. Bolt the Bird. Was going to go no value Chronicler, but not in the face of a 2 mana, 2 toughness ramp creature. So now we could no value Journey Mage, hold the Chroniclers for the future. And with the Sphinx settled for turn 4, yeah, I think we just do no value Journey Mage. Save these now, see if we can't get full value from our Chroniclers. Oh, rats have plenty of uses, but winning limited games of Dominaria, probably not one of them. Could also make this trade since we seem to be a little more controlling here. And we might not be doing anything next turn. So I think I'm going to take the trade here and play a long game. Be the control here. We get to make a big flyer and scry and then start getting value back. Assuming, of course, we find the second red, which I'm counting on. So I'm going to go ahead and offer. Sad if we draw a Journey Mage. Yeah, true. I can't play to that 1 draw, though. Since I don't have anything to do next turn that I'm happy with, I'm okay with that trade. You're all right that Journey Mages and of course Journey Mage shows up. Look. I was playing the odds, not the top of the deck. And I am going to hold the Chroniclers, though. At this point, we're playing a more controlling long game. And in fact, here, I'm just going to drop the Journey Mage and continue to set them back on mana. Mana and tempo. Another pause. So with a pause on a single swamp, that usually means infection, fungal infection, especially out of a green-black deck. So let's put fungal infection on the list of things we are playing around right now. Yeah, it could be Blessing, but I think it's not... You wouldn't expect that. And here we could just go Cloud Reader, but now with the Run Amok, we can actually send in knowing that it's probably an infection and still get value. So we're going to send in Journey Mage, pump it with Run Amok if they go for the infection trick, and then we still get Scholar after that. Huh. Maybe it is Rites of Bells and Lock. I don't usually expect that it's that card, but certainly if it was infection, I would have gone for the trade here. So I'm not, maybe I'm wrong about what this is. Well, given that, we're going to go with Sphinx then. Find us a mountain and start value towning. No mountains here, so we're going to pitch them both. Value Town is Paradise City. Fire Fist does 2 damage. We could take out the Elfame, but we're going to go for Run Amok Tolarian Scholar here. and telegraph a little bit, but at some point they got to block. Yeah, I like saving the Journey Mage, though. We had another wizard out, and now we do 3 with this, so... If they come up with any single block at 3 toughness, it really we just kind of win the game. It does count itself, so, but it doesn't count non-wizards, so 1, 2, 3 wizards. Gobbo Barrage is all well and good, but we can just adept and get out the the 2/2, and then the rest should fall. Again, though, like, what is with the pause on that? I'm not sure, but let's start here. Yeah, let's start here. Could also make a case for going for the Druid. Get rid of their mana. But yeah, that's a reasonable thing. And the Scholars still have trade attacks into, like, the Sap Herd. Let's do this. I'm going to get rid of the Druid, and then we find out... Well, the Druid was not... the Druid was summoning sick when we put the read on the single swamp, by the way. And I am going to offer... They can do whatever here, now that we've gotten our adept value, and we have all this value in hand. Well, we need a mountain for this to be value, but we'll get there. Yeah, they just didn't want to use it before for some reason. What was Fancy Play Syndrome East? Yeah, okay. I don't think it's Fancy Play Syndrome. I think cutting off a green-black deck from 1 mana extra and 2 mana when they're clearly struggling is legit, not just fancy play. That's thought out. All right. And on the ground, they have Trade Adept for Envoy, which we could barrage. If we barrage, they got no blocks. So I'm just going to barrage now, and then we can actually just start looping barrages, and they're not going to be able to defeat that unless they kill this Sphinx. If the card we didn't kill had great blocks, then maybe so, but it still didn't have great blocks. So I liked it. Fight with fire is not lethal. Like, if we could fight with fire, kill this, and win, sure, I would do that. As it is, we're going to let him chump, and then Chronicler back action. Or chump, you know, or save it, whatever. Trick, whatever. Point is, if they can't kill the Sphinx, they're just dead to this stuff. All right, it was a chump, but they saved 6 damage. That's pretty good. But now this is just going to make them weep. Kind of want the run amok. It telegraphs, but we can't. Yeah, run amok says if you don't have a blocker, we win. And we have fight with fire, so we can fight with fire and run amok. So even if they come up with 1 blocker, we win. I think this is a run amok situation. Three plus 1 is 7. Fight with fire says if your stabilization play is a single creature, we gotcha. All right. I'll let you know when I've gotten my 4th wind bottles. Then I'll feel like I have it all. Lovely. Better. We're gonna keep Ditch a Mountain and hope to get lucky cycling Warlord's Fury, or we could just get rid of Warlord's Fury. I mean, if I do what I'm trying to do is cycle to lands anyway, so let's just get rid of the Fury. Could use one of our sweet 2s. Got a lot of 2s here to play. How about one of them off the top? Well, not the Trickster. Now I'm going to get the Trickster. Darn it. Ah! Magic Gods. Oh, you slip up once. You slip up with those Magic Gods, and they get you every time. Anytime the Magic Gods can grant your 1 time and still screw you over, oh, they love it. Talk about tricksters. Those Magic Gods. I don't think we're going to blink here. It's only a couple damage. We really would like to kick that. Although it's putting us in a spot where we may have to fight with fire. And that's okay too, because we're going to get this back later with Chroniclers if the game goes well. Maybe I need to just bounce this to survive. Although now I have a target that I'm going to hit with the fight with fire. And hopefully this just stays as 2 damage next turn. So I'm going to be patient. Oh, trying to take someone's wish and figure out how to pervert it to still technically grant the wish, but make them sad about it. So we have some stuff here, right? Like we could barrage, we could kick blink, but what we're gonna do is try and get him with Trickster. Try and eat that Lava Runner with Trickster. Then if we find a land, we actually get Adept for 2 as well, if they drop something that we can kill there. And if not, we get Journey Mage to bounce something. So hopefully we're approaching stable here. They're nervous, but I doubt they're playing around Trickster. I mean, Trickster's not really a commonly played around card. They're probably more worried about the open mana for other stuff, but, well, we're going to find out. This is all we've got. So if they've got pump or whatever. We're trading for pump instead. Losing its abilities means that even if Oppo somehow dumps 2 instants or sorceries in graveyard, this does not become a 2/2. But if they have instants and sorceries, probably one of them is Pump that's going to punish us anyway, or trade for that. So we'll try and accept whatever we're trading for. That was not something I was playing around. Random mythics. Instant speed mythic lords, not something I was playing around there. However, we'll go ahead and destroy it and go back to reducing our damage. Ideally, we just find a land next turn and go no value Journey Mage into 2 damage Adept. There is the land. All this open mana suggests maybe this won't even work, but we're going to try. The option, don't cast your spells, doesn't seem correct. We could do the Arcanist if we're worried that they're going to have access to some big instant sorcery kick thing next turn. Yeah, Arcanist is more mana and better to have Summoning 6, so let's do that. I remember making up a role-playing game for my seatmates in the 2nd grade. In like the kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade, I bussed a long way down to the Central District in Seattle to go to Martin Luther King School. And I distinctly remember, maybe it was my first game design, where I was I was loosely aware of the idea of role-playing games and of like Dungeons and Dragons, and I just started making up, you know, like, all right, you're in a forest and you can go. Yeah, I would just give them options and then they would go do it, and then I would tell them, and you got 500 gold, and I didn't even know what that meant. It was just like, and you got some gold. All right, how do we not die to this mirror effect here? Adept can't pick off 2 things, so I guess we can go Overseer, try to trade with something, and blink something else. We can play the Journey Mage, but then what are we doing? We can't bounce either of these 2. We're just bouncing the Lava Runner and then trading off the Journey Mage. And do we want to really do that? Overseer kicks at 7. Yeah, the trouble is if the only 2 spell option we have is Overseer and Blink, which I don't love, especially given what our options are for blinking. But I do like saying Overseer threatens to trade with your creatures, so what are you going to do about it? And we have the blink backup, so I will do it. No, it's not relevant for D. I'm just thinking ahead, though. Just talking out what kicking this would even mean and whether it's appealing, and the answer is nah, not really. It's similar to Journey Mage, except the Overseer I want to trade off. The Journey Mage I want to live to support Fire Fist. Sure, you get Adeliz. We don't get an Adeliz. I guess we know what we're bouncing. And then we know what we're going to try and Fire Fist. Let's blink now so that if Oppo has something to trigger Adeliz with, we force them to do that before declaring our blockers, and then we know what's going on. All right. And nothing's going on. We'll take out the highest power here. Not great yet, but we can bounce back the Arcanist. And we're kind of holding. If they got another instant or sorcery here, though, to back up Adeliz with, we're kind of dead. If not, though, take 4. 2 from Adeliz, 2 from Trickster, untap, adept the Adeliz, and be quasi-stable. If they have anything here, though, if these 3 cards are anything interaction-wise, I think we are in trouble. That's okay. That's what we were expecting. Zero instants or sorceries. It doesn't matter though. If they have one, if they have an instant, we're dead just because of Adeliz. Indeed.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
And Oppo isn't just slamming it, so maybe we're not dead right here. But we have to go for the eat as opposed to the trade and not play around anything, because we can't play around anything. Be a cool comeback if we can get there here, though. Because now if they drop Arcanist, we do have blocks for next turn, and Manipulator sets us up for the turn after that. Holding, trying. One removal spell, we're dead though, so I still don't think we're in great shape. Yeah, there you go. Good job, Oppo. Yours is better than ours. That's the deck I was going for. We ended up with a much weaker version, but that's the deck I was going for. And by much weaker, I mean we didn't have Adeliz. Yeah, Mythic Lord too. Yeah, we take either one of those, right? So, no shame in losing the mirror to the superior deck. An uncomfortable keep, but we do have stuff to do here. If Oppo gets to a slow start, Tetsuko into unblockable Overseer ain't bad. Rube Goldberg, Icy. Boy, was that a step down in art direction. From sweet Escher-like silver globe of nastiness to what the heck is going on here? lucky. Found our third mana. Gonna send in... Oops, I forgot the haste. Sorry, gang. My bad. Ugh, my bad. I really thought... you can see that I don't play this card. So few of my decks have Overseers in them, I totally forgot the haste. Well, now, this is one of those spots where, like, you could do something like, well, I'm embarrassed, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run amok and then Shiv and Fire a token so that I don't show Oppo how I'm not a reader. Don't do that. Just follow up with the suboptimal play and try to remember next time. If I were a chatting type, I would say oops right now. But watch them Shiv and Fire it anyway, and then it didn't matter. No, all right. I just talked about that, Major. Maybe, wait. Even if there's lag, you should have heard what I was saying. Maybe you missed it. I acknowledge the error. Let's just attack and drop Scholar for D. We'll see if it costs us. They should be at 12 right now. It's a pretty big game for them to be at 15, not 12. Wondering if you've gone to bed or something, D. Close, but not quite. We didn't find our fourth land, so we can't Journey Mage yet. But Oppo isn't doing anything here. My worry is that they try to remove Tetsuko mid-combat, and then Overseer is no longer unblockable. We have Run Amok, though, so if they try to do that, we have at least a save if it's red-based. And there's not much instant speed. Like, I guess if they have -5 even, it's still not enough for Tetsuko plus Run Amok. So I feel safe about sending these in. Aha! Just so. And we get this. Probably means, well, we have time. We can wait on the Shiv and Fire, see how their turn goes. Oh, do they have another one? Well, if they have another one. Oh, excellent. Shiv and Fire to blow them out on blocks? That's fine. They can trade if they put literally everything on it. All right, they figured that part out. How do we want to do this? This is still fine for us, by the way. Smart of Oppo to calculate the Shiv and Fire situation and make sure they don't get blown out by that. It kills most. We get 4 damage. We get most of them. So that seems fine, right? But CD, if you make lag claims, I still don't understand, because, like, oh, you just saw it, I guess. Okay, sure. You were right on it. You promised, D, you were right on it. Really just need another land. Then we get a Journey Mage on 4. Bounce the sap, swing for 5. Although they probably come up with something else, such as a Gorger. We bounce that instead. You could even fire the sap. I think with them at 12, I'm going to go ahead and fire the sap so that we can bounce the Gorger and get in for 5. Drop them to 7. Well, now we can still do that, Cthulhu. That's the thing. I mean, you'd have killed the 2/2 to clear the board, but it doesn't matter. Like we can do that now. Same thing, right? We didn't need to kill the 2/2 to clear the board. But I am with you now. I'm going to clear the board, except for the Gorger, and we hope to draw land. Because the sequencing here is land. Ah, come on, deck. Land would have gone bounce 5. They replay. We barrage win. Like one land, and we just basically have the win. It didn't happen though. Unbelievable. So, D, do you wait for me to identify a punt? You don't. You're happy to punt anything. I don't know. Skizik. F you, deck. F you, deck. At least Overseer is a good card to have against the Skizik. We can happily block there. Slimefoot, we're gonna try and kill. Are you kidding me? Come on. This. First strike is interesting, though. Do you think they'll block the Gorger on the first striker? 10 seconds? No, you're way longer than 10 seconds. Now this Slimefoot's going to take over on the splash. One of the ironies of this goblin is that, hey, if we kick the barrage, this... Oh, but we can only kick it by sacrificing it. We just got to kill the Slimefoot, or we're going to lose. We can't beat it. Or I guess Sphinx can fly over. So that's our big plan, is kill this Slimefoot soon so that our Sphinx can win in the air. I'm going to read this on air as I send it, and you can figure out your lag. Start counting. All right, we found our damage spell. That's good. Let's barrage Slimefoot right now. Right? We take out Slimefoot and stabilize. Yeah, I gotta take out Slimefoot. They're about to get a lot of cards here. What is this attack about? suggest they don't have a trick or they just send the Skizzik as well, but they're waiting for Chapter 3 on the Skizzik, maybe trying to get us off the Overseer. But what we can do is manipulate if we draw a land or even Trickster to prevent the heavy damage from the Skizzik. So I kind of like offering... I don't like trading off Wizards with Fire Fist. Maybe we don't need to do anything here. We got 20 to 12, and we can just take the 4. But I kind of like making him use resources to not accept a 1-for-1 with these weak creatures. I'm not sure of this, though, because it does take away the Journey Mage play of next turn being able to, like, bounce. But we don't really want to bounce anything except saps here. And we do have Trickster at the ready. I'm going to make this block. I'm a little unsure of this block, but I am going to accept either... Yeah, that's good so far. Chronicler. Well, it can't get back Slimefoot, so I'm happy about that. We just have to worry about 3 damage upcoming. 6 damage, I suppose, if they want to use it on the Flame of Keld turn. Only no wizards for the adept, so we'd just be picking off a sap. I'm gonna go with manipulator, and it's a bit on board, but it's fine. We're at 20. I don't know what, I think maybe it was a bluff, but it's a bad bluff if they're not sending the Skizzik too, because it's like, well, why wouldn't you send that if you had a trick? I'm just gonna use the manipulator. That's what I say in Tron. We could have done Trickster pre-combat to tap Skizzik. I'm just gonna literally tap Skizzik with the manipulator, get the manipulator out and on board for us. Oh, I was just having fun. I don't know about latency checks on Twitch and whatnot. I don't know what's possible and not. Just thought I'd do it in a kludgy streamer way. Two plus. So this is dealing 3. We can handle that. We'll just take it. Maybe the extra damage will tempt them to go to my face or something. Nope, they're not that silly. We do not have Icy Mana if we do anything other than Trickster or Arcanist. Maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe we're okay without Icy Manipulator mana here for a turn to get this Sphinx down. I kind of like getting the Sphinx down and starting to threaten some air damage, and it survives this Wizard's Lightning. So yeah, I'm going to do that here. We also get a Scry too that's really nice at this stage of the game. Adept Kill Sap is fine too, but I think we have a lot of good options, and this is one of them. Do we want more mana? If we get a 6th mana, what does that do for us? It allows us to Icy something while Fire Fisting, but we can also Icy while Journey Maging if we get a... I don't think we want Run Amok, although it does close it out. We're in a more control closeout here, though, than an aggro closeout. I think we drop the Run Amok, and I'm going to keep the island because I want 6 mana next turn. We may want to go Journey Mage with no wizards out and Icy. Because we go Journey Mage with Icy up, then we get Fire Fist with Icy up, and it becomes a really nice couple turn sequence here. We could also consider going, if we find, it's another island, so we can also go, we could 2 Wizard Icy, and then Fire Fist for big damage after that. But really what I'm trying to do is pressure them with Cloud Reader and say, basically at 17 to 12, you with no flying defense, we're just going to get there in a handful of turns unless you answer this. So we're putting them to the test to answer Cloud Reader. So on that front, we can go Arcanist here and then still have Trickster as a surprise and a Manipulator. Yeah, we can also do Arcanist into Journey Mage, no Manipulator this turn. That's fair. At that point, we're just sending back a sap, or just killing a sap, I suppose. Or we could even we could tap something with Trickster and then Journey Mage something else. We could really set him back here. Skizzix, it's got haste, but it sets him back. It just kills. We just kill saps, tap Skizzik, and then what do they have for, you know? You want to save the Journey Mage? Yep. Arcanist Trickster double tap is also a thing. Let's go. Certainly, I'm going to start with Arcanist. We have no hourglasses, so I gotta get my S together here. I like just Cloud Reader and hold up all these taps and make him deal with his Cloud Reader. What are they gonna do about it? Plan A. Swing 3 more times with the Cloud Reader. And we got tools to do it. No attacks. They're looking at the Sphinx. Maybe they just... Oh, they've got... looks like they've got 2 spells, I suppose. Too bad. Looks like we're going to have to find another way to win. But they're 2 for 1ing themselves to not die, so that's... could be worse. Ooh... Is there any way to, like, Trickster the Chronicler so it doesn't trigger? I guess it's just going to trigger anyway, huh? Yeah, I mean, we can be happy that it's a 2 for 1, but we can be sad if it means that we can't close out the game quickly and we end up losing. Definitely playing the Trickster. I just want it on board. I want to tap to create some space for attacking, and more wizards is good too. So if we have 7 mana, we get a 4 and a 5. Yeah, too bad we didn't have the Syncopate, huh? That would have been sweet. As it is, I like... if we Adept the Chronicler, we can swing. And we could kill Skizzik, but what are we worried about here? Skizzik's not doing anything. What I want to do is get him dead. So I'm actually going to kill the 3 toughness, and then we can have attacks. And we could bounce too. That's true. We could bounce. I was thinking kill this, and then what kind of blocks do they have that we care about? Yeah, I'm gonna go with my plan here. Kill a Chronicler, and then we have some decent attacks. Overseer, not a decent attack. Still might be okay if we're just trying to clear them out so that the Adept is better. I'm going to send in these, though, just these two. I suppose I could send in Arcanist if they wanted to. We don't need it for anything. Yeah, I just don't want to. This can't attack. This is too easy to trade with. So we'll send in everything but the can't and shouldn't. We have Run Amucks, but we had two, and one of them's at the bottom now. And I think the other one we already used, right? Yeah, so we're out. Well, the thing is, if they choose to bounce, then it just takes away one more tool they have to try and make trades. Like, so this is good to me. Like, instead, we get two of these instead of just one. That's fine. Keep playing lands. We got a lot to do here. Halar, solid, but not incredible on this board, depending on what they have to follow. Pretty nice. Man, looks like we had this locked up and then Oppo really turned it around. Good on them. But let's find some of our action. Maybe turn it around on them. Trouble is not much more evasion. That flyer was like it. We have a Goblin Barrage that could get there. Anyway, we have some action long term, but we're starting to be under a little bit of pressure here. No attacks that I see with the 4/4. Well, we could, yeah, we tap. Let's see, if we tap the 4/4 and send all, what does that look like? Yeah, I was just working that out. So if we tap out the 4/4, 3 points of power on, yeah, that's fine. I think we got to. The question is, are we dead on a crackback? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're not dead on a crackback, so I'm in, gang. We're gonna go aggro. And now we'll offer this Overseer. What else? We don't have much else to do. They can't take it. So the crackback's not going to even be maximum because they can't take it. They have to do some blocking here. This doesn't matter. They're eating the Trickster, which is something we're accepting here. We do have an artifact, which means if we draw our Goblin Barrage or a Chronicler to get a Goblin Barrage back, we get to win off of the kicked Goblin Barrage. Interesting attack. They're at 1. We have 3 creatures. They have 3 blockers, and we have a manipulator. I don't see why we should take this trade. So, yeah, we'll say no blocks. And see, I bet they add another blocker. I'd be surprised if they... Yeah, they got to add another blocker. You knew we were not going to draw removal, because then we would win, and that would be too easy. Now I'm going to hold and tap and be prepared to untap. You say don't tap on attack. I can't get behind. That's a lot. If they have a trick or something, we could just lose to that. Yeah. But chances are, Rob, if they do attack, it's bad for us because they've come up with a way to just kill us. Right? I mean, still playing our lands. We've got Chroniclers and stuff. Probably should have played that last time, really. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. See, I just don't... Allrow Music, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. So, some suggestion that I don't have to tap anything here. We say, come on, go ahead and attack us. I'm nervous about that because I feel like if they found something that could get us dead if they are allowed to attack with everything, like really it's all this trample. 9 points of trample with us at 11 scares the heck out of me. Suggestion that I should just be going for it, making him chump. Maybe I missed an attack. I'm going to follow my path here and continue playing this carefully. Sure, let's rip nonstop mountains. Love it, love it, love it, love it. You all love it? I love it. I'm trying to play to win. I just might not be doing it right, but don't accuse me of not trying to play to win. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get a point of damage through. So if we tap the Halar and send all, blocks for Oppo are trade, chump, bounce, and we get no damage through. And then again, we're just potentially dead to a crackback. I don't, yeah. Like, I don't see it. Right. So those of you playing to lose can do something else. I try to be a positive person. I try. Five lands left in 14. So that's the thing. Our odds of drawing a land are still pretty high, you know. Are we now just literally winning off Chronicler? We can't literally win on the same turn, but we're close. Yeah, but they did Grow from the Ashes and Skittering Surveyor. They have done things to actively seek lands. We have not. All right, we've been playing for this Chronicler out, and as I said, I don't... Well, actually, maybe we do. Let's see. Oh yeah, we do just have the win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was thinking the Chronicler was 8 to kick, but it's not. So we're just going to go Goblin Barrage and kick it. Any instant life gain? Not that I can think of.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can.
There was a suggestion to tap using the manipulator before doing that. That's why I was asking about instant speed Life gain? I don't think if they couldn't gain life at instant speed, there was no need to do any of that. No need to tap first. And also, if they magically had something, we were probably just completely screwed. All right, we muddled through serious flood and found a win. Now, can we get to 4? I would like to get to 4 wins in Dominaria before this week is out. Vicious Offering to fizzle the spell. Interesting. Yep. Well, no blue yet, but with Shivan Fire and Fight with Fire, we're going to keep. Yeah, this was a bit of a forced blue-red deck. Not the best, but... Yeah, how about an island off the top one time? Come on, dealer. Kicked has 2 targets. Good point. So it was all pretty safe. Unless someone can come up with the instant speed life gain I wasn't thinking about, I think we were safe to not bother tapping there. Hey, we got our island. Awesome. I'd much rather play Tetsuko than have to think about casting a Chronicler. It doesn't matter, Gaius. The main thing is that you leave one spot clear. As long as you've left that one spot clear, it doesn't really matter. Too bad this isn't an island. Then we'd have a fire plus trickster. But again, same philosophy. I'm going to bolt the bird rather than play a scholar here. For those of you not longtime Magic players, Bolt the Bird goes back to Alpha. There was a spell in Alpha called Lightning Bolt that's single red mana, instant, deal 3. And there was a single mana green for a creature that produced Birds of Paradise that produces mana. And an old, going all the way back to the beginning of the game, phrasing for that was Bolt the Bird. You know, don't waste time, bolt the bird. Don't save it for what they're going to cast with the bird being the big takeaway. I'm going to go ahead and fight their Halar. We got the Chronicler to start getting stuff back eventually. And Halar seems like a build around. Fire Fist. Looks like it can pick off the Sap Herd after we go Scholar and find our land on top next turn. Right, deck? Find our land on top next turn. Island on top next turn. Love this card. Oppo has split the scry. Me too, music. If you asked me to name my kind of favorite all-time card, it would probably just be Birds of Paradise. That's usually what I name when pushed. It was in so many of my early decks. Overseer, I will not forget this time, has haste, so we can drop it and start connecting for 4 a turn. Those of you joining us earlier on in this event, I failed to cast an Overseer before combat with Tetsuko in play because I forgot it had haste. Oops. Well, this is kind of like Plan A now, is that they don't disrupt this. It's a pretty weak Plan A, but it's Plan A. Maybe even justifies playing an early Chronicler to add to the damage. But I'd still rather save the Chronicler to get something back there. And of course now we get the island, so we can just Fire Fist. Although we could go... if we go Trickster, tap, sap, we can crack with everything, play Chronicler no value, and then have 1, 2, 3 wizards for an adept, making 4 and actually kill the Sphinx. And then, yeah, we save some damage off that too. If, you know, question is, do we tap, do this now and clear some extra damage? Or, yeah, we can just Fire Fist now and also clear this blocker, though. That's the thing, right? I think I should just go Fire Fist, kill Sap Herd, swing away. I think that's better. There's a lot that could go wrong with the line where we double spell here, and then we'd be super sad having given up the Chronicler for no value when we're very close to having it be a game-winning return of Fight with Fire. Oh, that might just lose you the game unless you add something else, Oppo. We do have Chronicler for the kick, but I would rather drop this blocker and see if we can't get there from here. Maybe. They got 2 cards and a lot of mana, so I'm not counting on good game, but we're going to try. Uh-huh. Still looks great for us, though. And I'm still going to be greedy on Chronicler and save it for a second Fight with Fire. I don't think we lose if we can come up with the second Fight with Fire. And they can't attack. Well, they can attack 1, right? Because we get these unblocked, and they need all the other 3 to block with. Man, we find any action, we just win on the spot. Can we get... Yeah, we can get Shivan Fire and win. Okay, so let's do that. That works.
Point is, ladies and gentlemen, Act 3 is good.
Math checks out. Send it. All right. I've been cranky sometimes today with how it's been going. I feel pretty good to finally get to 4 wins in this darn format. Yikes. That should be some huge pride point, but it was something, it was a milestone I could not seem to achieve this week, in Dominaria at least. So, all right. All right. All right. Close to profit, so says Timnos. Now let's get actual profit at 5. That's the plan. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, relative to the other streamers you watch, where am I on the cranky scale? On average. On average. 1, never cranky. 10, constant crank. That's what I want to hear from you. How cranky? Here, we're going to keep this. We got our land. We'll try to find some action on Fury. Got a good removal spell. All the streamers you watch, hold me up against... This is relative to other streamers. So if you pick above 5, I'm crankier than most streamers. If you pick the average streamer, and if you pick below 5, I'm less cranky than the average streamer. Hey, we got a 2-drop. Wow, 6, you think I'm like nearly the crankiest streamer you watch. Interesting. I figured I'd be pretty average as far as streamers go. Frankly, I watch a lot of streamers and they are so cranky it turns me off sometimes. I hope I'm not turning people off by being too cranky. That's one of the reasons 2 run amucks is not great. But we get I'll take a no value Journey Mage here. We could also just fight this with fire before they get any value. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll kill this thing. Yeah, I'm also like intentionally cranky. I let the crank flow, right? So I don't deny that, but I try to get over it. The first number is the thing you could vote for, and the second number is how many votes it got. That's why you see it going from top to bottom on the right side, on the vote side. All right, well, more removal, and we're going to use it right away. Bye-bye, Slimefoot. Clearly, my tilt is very nice, huh, Hat? At the very least. All right, now, no value, Journey Mage, and a Goblin. All right. If they're out of significant gasoline, though, double run amok as we turn sideways could be fine. Well, we know what's going here. See ya, Gabo. And unfortunately, they got sweet stuff in the yard they get back in Slimefoot. So we got to find more removal or one of our chroniclers. How about a chronicler for us? That would be good. Save an island for the discard. Offering trades here is almost no-brainer for Oppo. I'd be surprised. Oh, maybe they want to race, though. Maybe they're like, I got 4, you got 3, I'll race. Yeah, I did say streamers you watch. I could maybe on a repoll with streamers in general, I would score better. Flooding a little bit here. That's not the best. They have 1 mana available for the pump. I'm going to put them to the test because if they go for the... Oh, no, they have 2. So they can make a 7/7 that at the cost of just their elf and their sap. So I'm actually gonna hold back. This is not looking great. I think we're coming to a close at 4 wins, barring some... I guess if we get a bunch of Chroniclers in a row, we could do this. But we're getting overwhelmed here. We only have an offensive-minded spell left in hand, and we're facing a real problem. Omnivore backed by Slimefoot is a really devastating combo, and we basically need some natural removal off the top or Chroniclers to dig back our removal, or we're just done here. So yeah, land's not going to do it, right? We need action fast. If we can get some of this stuff back, I'd be in a much happier spot. Going to keep playing lands though, because if we do find Chronicler, we may need to be able to sneak in a Shivan. Do we even have a Shivan Fire? Or slip in something. This is where we have to do math. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not dead if we don't block. But this is, again, we are on a short leash here. Short leash. We're going to pass. Well, Gowdy, you can tell your brother that I didn't feel like we ever had a chance once we started flooding out and the Reborn hit. Manipulator is one of our outs to just dying to the Omnivore. We're still going to die to Slimefoot going wide, though, if we don't find actual removal. But not complaining. We get to delay the game here by a touch. Tell your brother I want 5 wins. Can you tell him to have an emergency where he needs to go and help somebody? And then it all works out. The emergency completely works out, but he just has to go. I got a mini fridge with an exploded can of apple soda. Speaking of fridge, I'm out of beverage. I'm gonna risk opening this and hope it doesn't blow up in my face, literally. We did it. No exploding beverages. Well, I don't know what we're beating. If we take this and go to 9, like, what's our plan next turn? Gotta do this. We have, like, a turn to kill Slimefoot, or this is all out of hand. Boy, can we sack it somehow? No. My favorite adult beverage is a Greyhound. I don't actually drink all that much. When I do drink, it tends to be because I'm at a show with a friend who wants to hit the bar, and we get a couple drinks at a show. And in that case, I usually order a Greyhound or a Screwdriver. I basically like vodka with citrus is my adult beverage of preference. Anyway, let's see. Overseer, yeah, it just doesn't do anything. I mean, it blocks. I'll play it. It's just like kicking it doesn't do anything. So we'll just play Overseer for blocks and have the icy. Some kind of kitty sleeve. I don't know how you get that, but cute. Yeah, Herschel, I like your reasoning. Maybe if drinking is making things worse, stop. Alcoholism has touched my life. If you know, one thing I sure learned about dealing with alcoholism in my family was how prevalent it is in the world. I think alcohol is one of the harsher, scarier, life-ruining drugs the world has going. But because it's so ancient and so part of so many traditions, it kind of gets this pass. Like, if you were just ranking drugs on how scary, addictive, you know, all the whatever metrics of danger you want to rank drugs on, alcohol is up there. Alcohol is up there. We got to keep blocking. This is where I think we're kind of dead. I'm even going to trade Overseer off for one of these. Can we do that? Yeah, the world in which America was like, alcohol, yes, weed, no. What's your logic? Somebody make a science-based argument that society should legalize alcohol and not weed. You know, it never made any sense. Yeah, you're right. Because Nixon and black people, right? Nixon ratcheted up the drug war specifically to oppress minorities and hippies. It was like Nixon saw his enemies as minorities and hippies, and so ratcheting up the drug war was like, all right, I get to punish my enemies. Oh, yeah, Reagan perpetuated it, but I'm saying Nixon and his administration were the ones to say, what if we vilify weed to unheard of levels and take this drug war to whole new levels? Well, you're late, Goblin Barrage. But here, we'll do it as a farewell. Tell your brother good game. Beamancer's going to get us here. Oh, wait, here. We'll do it. Yeah, we don't need to kick it. Can I kick it? No, I won't. Can I kick it? Nah, I won't. Since it's a known opponent, I'm going to enable emotes and give him a good game. Or try. Come on. What? You see me trying to scoop. Like, I'm trying to scoop. Okay. Really? I'm not... yeah, maybe I win now? Oh, no. Am I getting the free win from your brother? Don't do that. Your brother... My favorite quote from The Watchmen. None of you understand. I'm not locked up in here with you. You're locked up in here with me. Did we disconnect? My second favorite line in Watchmen is, "You will all return to your homes now." Crowd objects. You misunderstand me. This was not a request. Maybe, I don't think that quote is perfect, but those are my two favorite moments in The Watchmen. I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying to just scoop, but maybe I just quit and see what happens if we come back on. Do I have bad personal experiences with alcohol? What do you mean? Like, have I ever had too much to drink and it has been not fun? Oh, yeah. Although, it kind of only took me one hangover to learn how to not have hangover. And then who drink a bunch and then don't drink a lot of water, I don't know what you're doing. Why would you give yourself a hangover? It's easy to never have a hangover. Just drink a glass of water with every drink that you have and you won't have a hangover. Why would you do that? More Rorschach, right? Anyway, let's get our cards. Oh, wait, this is a different one. Wait. Hey, we only have 2 losses. We get to keep playing. I forgot. I thought we were done. I'm losing so much in this format, I thought we were already done. That was only our second loss? Whee! All right, let's get another one. Oh, man, yeah, it must have given us a draw. Well, skill game? We'll take it. Well, apologize to him on our behalf for missing his clear win. That was, and also let him know that he can complain to Wizards and get a free draft out of that. Can't. I'm gonna mulligan this. It sounds to me like, D, you're hearing what I said. I mean, you heard me say that I have direct personal experience with alcoholism in my life. It's not my story to tell. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not going to tell somebody else's story. I'm just saying I have deep personal experiences with that. Yeah, we got to keep this and hope. Because literally, your brother should have won that game, and if anything else happens to reduce his prize results, he should reach out to Wizards, because he should not have been denied that win. No, I do drink, D. I just it's never been anything that it's never been my drug of choice. I don't know. Again, I had a hangover. I had my first hangover when I was like 19, and I was like, well, that sucked. And then I tried weed in college, and was like, well, that doesn't suck. Why do people drink? I guess I'm gonna chronicler here. since we're stuck. It drew us. I think we had a draw. Although we're just going to get our loss here instead, it looks like. Because I'm distracted. I don't know. I'm already feeling like we've lost this one. Like, I also hate using Shivan Fire on a Death Bloom Phalid since it produces a creature anyway. Hey, thanks. Oppo milled away 4 non-lands to give us some sort of prayer here. And now I like... Journey Mage. Or we can do the fire this time. Nah, we'll just do Journey Mage. Good game, B. Sorry, the system cost you a win there. That was clearly your win. I mean, I can say it, right? Talking about weed is PG-13, right? I don't know. I don't want to cross anybody. So we'll try a trade here. Yeah, it's legal in Washington. It's my evening enjoyment sometimes. All right, we got some blue. That helps. Maybe we can actually get somewhere here. Journey Mage. They're milling us, not them. I don't know why they would do that. Only users lose drugs. We can go Overseer and have fire. How about that? Just defensive. Yeah, I like that. Let's play Overseer, no attacks, and Shivan Fire at the ready. Also, it's like THC produces a shift that makes me enjoy the world. Like, it like makes the world more interesting, makes the things I love more interesting. Whereas I feel like alcohol just takes the edge off the world until I'm stupid. Well, there's always edibles. All right. Ariel is tough, but let's keep her off board for a while. We can bounce her once, bounce her twice, and maybe find an answer before the third time. Uh-oh. Dog's whining because my emotes are on. Go to sleep, doggy. And we even get Blink with Tetsuko. So, all right. I'm going to keep it going. I'm not going to play Tetsuko because if they somehow want to chump our Chronicler, seems good to me. But we'll play it after. Now we'll do this. I approve of your drug of choice in the Huey Lewis reference, Mama. For what my approval matters. Hey, it worked! I said, let's bounce her a couple turns, see if we can find something. And we did! Yay! Maybe we're gonna get through this. Now, trivia question. Who did Huey Lewis in the News sue over I Want a New Drug? Breaker Snap nailed it. Ghostbusters theme by Ray Parker Jr. In fact, Huey Lewis won the suit. Ray Parker Jr. admitted that basically, like, the makers of Ghostbusters came to Huey Lewis and said, make our theme song. And he's like, nah. And so then they went to Ray Parker Jr. and said, make our theme song, but make it like Huey Lewis. And they literally... so you listen to the Ghostbusters theme and I Want a New Drug back to back, and you'll see why Ray Parker was sued. More Huey Lewis trivia. Given how big of a fan I historically have been, I ought to, but somehow... So, we could make a 3-3 just to continue having aggression on this board. But with three wizards, that's not going to be enough to get Ariel. So it's not like we're going to get her out of the way. And I'm assuming Ariel's coming back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if they get 6, they can't do both of these. I'm going to go ahead and play Fire Fist to get wider. Yeah, somebody should do a mashup. That's a good Huey Lewis trivia question, and I know the answer. I'll let the rest of the world see if they know the answer. What movie did Huey Lewis appear in as a music talent show judge? And a really harsh judge, as it turns out. Ooh, Shiv and Fire FTW? Or pretty darn close. Back to the Future is correct. He told Marty that he sucked. Like, oh gosh, I should be able to. Bonus points. I want the bonus points. You're too loud. Was that it? It's close. Okay, so let's make sure this is a win. If we hit, it's not a win, but it's a near win, right? I think it basically closes it out. So we'll get the Shiv and Fire, make this Death Bloom Thallid not able to trade, and then should have enough go in to get their next turn. Bold, but okay. Longtime stream viewers, regular viewers have heard me say that Huey Lewis was my first concert, so I have a big soft spot for Huey and the boys. Saw them on the 4 tour at the Coliseum, then Key Arena, now Climate Pledge Arena. All right, looks like we got there. Bunch of unblockables here. Yeah, got there. I don't think even Tatsuko would have done it because, I mean, we just needed to get 1 point in. All right, well, kind of comes up Millhouse when a game glitch draws you when you're about to lose your event, and then you get to come back and win your 5th, but we get real profit. What's that from? It's good advice. Don't call your new band Huey Lewis in the News. What's that from? MTV? Is this a keep? We got both our mana. I guess we have Overseer to play D and Chronicler even to play D if we need it. I'm going to be greedy and keep. We're also on the draw, so we have some time. Yeah, we're playing with house money now, so I keep everything. I don't see playing the Chronicler here. It's not going to do much. We will try and barrage or bounce whatever they ramp out with elves. I mean, there's probably a point where he was the biggest rock star in the world. I don't think that's true anymore. Well, that could hurt, but hopefully we get to... I don't know. Well, I'm going to play this. If I'm not attacking, though, if I'm not blocking, I'm attacking, though, and I'm not blocking a Llanowar Elf, so let's go. I missed that went over my head there in the context of everything going on. I have not heard that. That is Huey Lewis in the News trivia I was not aware of. Now... Barrage the glider, barrage the glider, and hope that they have no more historic. Really want to get maybe we need to just get a wizard down so we can do Journey Mage Fire Fist stuff. Yeah, now I'm thinking we don't win this game by waiting around to kick something with Chronicler. We win this game by getting enough under us with Journey Mage and Fire Fist that we can get there after. So I'm going to send the Overseer again, drop the Chronicler, no value, except that it's a wizard that supports our other wizard stuff. Now if we don't get a land, we still can Journey Mage and give us a couple turns to find something to then Fire Fist, the glider probably, but really comes down to whether this dude untaps anytime soon before we can try to control it, contain it. Another wizard, but we didn't find the land. I'm going to do the... we could bounce Traxos, although it doesn't matter. Traxos comes back down and is retapped. I guess it could matter if they have, like... They find a land and they have a 2-mana historic spell to untap it with. But that still wouldn't matter. Let's go... Let's bounce a sap. And we actually now have enough power, ostensibly, to trade with Traxos. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toughness means not a lot of trample gets through. So if put to it, we'll have to throw everything on Traxos. Traxos... Like, in fact, like, that kind of bears out why I did that. If we had gone with Traxos, right now this board would be completely unchanged. As it is, at least the board is down a sap. Do we have to barrage this? Yeah, that's true. It just didn't look like they could untap it, though. Yeah, we got to get that. I was hoping we'd find the land so we just Fire Fist this glider, but we got to kill the glider, I suppose. Uh-oh. Untapped Traxos. But again, this is actually reasonable. Even if we find a land, we get to go Fire Fist, kill Sap, Fire Fist, kill Elves. You know, like, this is not unacceptable, provided this works. If this doesn't work, we're completely dead. But we're not going to take the risk. I mean, we got it. There's no choices here. All right, we did find the land, so we can go Fire Fist on Elves. Big Shana, but we can withstand. Kill one of these tokens and then have 2 creatures out for blocks. That was unfortunate. Oops, let's go over here with this. Let's see, we... Chronicler, Scholar. And then we're still dead. If we put up 2 blockers, 1, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, just dead, dead, dead. All right, well, we put a decent fight up here, but the sapling got us. I went for the kill over the bounce. I had my reasons, D. You can make your case, but I had my reasons. Trying to make sure I'm not missing a barrage out somehow. But yeah, this migration just got us. Well, Gowdy, 2 people played Lightning, Radiant Lightning against me last week when I was playing a Sapling deck in Best of 1, and it didn't feel great, but I never have. I try not to play that card. I don't think it is. I think we're dead, though, so let's not push this any further. Yeah, Oppo, not roping, actually thinking and then giving up. All right. Well, can't complain. We lucked out with a technical error that allowed us to get a 5th win. And, all right, at least some Dominaria profit. Maybe that'll set me up nicely going into tomorrow's event, in which I am going to bash against Chat in a streamer showdown. Not streamer showdown, that's the Lola Man thing. Ours is the Chat Gauntlet. So come on back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, and watch me take on Nikolai Bolas, fellow streamer, who's going to be streaming his side of it. And then after that, I'm going to mow through viewers. That's the plan. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube. Hopefully we'll catch you for the gauntlet tomorrow. Bye. Oh yes, when I say plowing through chat, I certainly may be plowing through some of Nikolai's chat as well. Who are we rating though? Let's find a target. Oh, maybe was it already picked? Someone wants to be the raid captain. You can choose. Who we got? Oh, well, Nikolai Bolas is streaming, and he's playing us tomorrow, so let's send you to Nikolai. We'll start the trash talking, okay? So pile on and go tell Nikolai and his viewers how much trouble they're in tomorrow, right? Or something like that. Or just go say hi. He's a good guy. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you tomorrow for the big stream. See ya.